What is up, everyone? Welcome to Reality Room Podcast with Paul and Nate, bringing you the latest on Survivor 33. We had a
What's up?
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's okay. We had a great episode just pop up last night, Wednesday night. We had two people leave in an hour, which is it's always a little quicker than usual. They didn't really have any reward challenges that we know of, but a lot of cool stuff happened. Let's just jump right into it. So I think we have to make a clarification first, because at least I wasn't aware of this. Used his idol when he didn't have to last week, and I didn't know that. I didn't look at the votes after. I just thought that he used it right. Hey, what do you think about that?
Sorry, could you repeat that? You were like cutting out for me.
Yeah, Adam actually ended up mistakenly using his idol on Hannah when he didn't have to, and I didn't realize that last week because I didn't look at the votes after, which was dumb. But what do you think about that?
I think it was. I don't think it was necessarily a horrible move. Clearly, it wasn't ideal. Just because, like, obviously he wasted an idol. But nonetheless, like, I think that honestly helped him going forward because now he doesn't have the idol, and people are underestimating him even more. So, like, I think effect-wise, it doesn't really hurt like Adam that much, other than the fact that he doesn't have an idol anymore. So,
right, but in my defense of Adam, he didn't know. Like, all the signs in the episode were pointing to Will sticking with that side. Like, I'm actually surprised.
Well, at least from our point of view.
Yeah, we don't know what how they edited it, but I assume Adam saw very similar things that we did, and that's why he had to take the chance. A lot of idols have been being used incorrectly in the past few weeks.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting that it has been going that way, personally, because it's just like, well, when an idol's played correctly, you're like, okay, that's like the plan. When it was used incorrectly, you're like, okay, someone's took a step up. You know what I mean? And like mind fucked you, basically.
Yeah, like, it's only if it's like if it works correctly, and if like when you're gonna get that effect. When David used his idol correctly, it essentially just screwed with everybody, and that's when it pissed people off, and that's what gave him more like momentum. But like when you misuse it, it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't really change much. People know that you found the idol somehow, but they realize that you weren't smart enough to use it correctly. So that's it's a double-edged sword. Honestly, I don't think using it incorrectly is bad, unless of course you use it to save yourself and you misuse it then, like Jay did tonight.
Yeah. Poor Jay.
But yeah, like I don't think that hurt Adam at all. I think like people mentioned it for like a second and they were like, okay, it's over. Like it was whatever.
Yeah, fair enough. Although we did have some people hammering him for it or whatever, and everyone's still saying it's Will's big move or whatever.
Yeah, and like and no one cared to think that regardless of what Will did, Hannah was still safe.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the flip was irrelevant.
Yeah. And like people are like thinking, oh, okay, well then like you could also say the same thing that like regardless of what Adam did, Hannah was still safe. But I think the determining factor here was the idol. I don't really think Will, like, regardless of what Will did, Hannah was going to be safe. And I think it's just like dependent on who's going to attribute it to somebody, and they chose Will over Adam because I think Adam has more people are more open to more open to working with Adam than they are to Will.
Right. And when it comes to like the jury does not know that Adam used it incorrectly until the next person leaves, because to their perspective, they're probably thinking it was 5-4 Hannah, but they're going to learn when the next person leaves, and we'll get to that, of course. So let's jump into the challenge, because they jump into the challenge rather quickly, like 4 or 5 minutes in, they jump into it. I actually had to watch half. I actually watched half at home, and then they had like some tests on my TV or whatever. It's like, like those monthly tests at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Ugh. I was like, no thanks. I just watched the rest on like CBS All Access. Not a sponsor, but
if only.
If only. Yeah, let's jump right into the first challenge. You want to talk about it? 'Cause I don't remember it that much.
Like, well, Will completely flopped on that challenge. Like, there was no way Will was going to
Right.
win.
Hmm.
Jay controlled it from the start of the whole thing, and he held strong to it. I think David had a glimpse of it. Brett was really close for the first time ever,
Hmm.
but Jay just blew everybody out of the water, and it's just the fact that Jay blew his idol tonight is huge. Like the fact that he's no longer that big of a like. However, it's also good for Jay's game because now he's not as big of a threat anymore. Yes, he can win challenges, but he can also lose challenges. Like he's never won an endurance challenge before, and once you get to the end of the game, you see more endurance-based challenges. At the same time, you see more obstacle challenges in terms of like Final Four. Don't let him get the Final Four because it's like a 50-50 toss-up. But like
Right.
Final Six, Final Five, those are the ones that are typically endurance. So you're going to want to prevent Jay from getting to Final Four at the
Yeah.
very least.
Yeah, definitely. Because his competition game or his challenge game rather has been very strong, and he's been just like he's been wearing that necklace almost every week, at least one time every week, and it's
Yeah.
been pretty ridiculous. Jay basically ran that challenge. The way he got like 4 in a row when he was doing like the fucking he was
Yeah.
throwing like the disc or whatever
Yeah.
into
Like
the
he's been
thing.
doing like who the hell does that so naturally? It's like
I don't know. I
you should
think I
and like
could. Yeah, it's in
but
the wrist. Honestly, you have to throw it
yeah, he was doing it
backwards.
like this, like Spider-Man or
Oh
something.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because actually, that's that. If you do it that way to go it forward, if you want it to come back to you, you throw it that way.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, I think Jake has like these random types of skills that really help him in
Yeah.
this game, and he's been doing a great job. David, he didn't know what the hell he was doing. Like you saw him, he was like, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah,
Yeah, at
blah.
the beginning at least, and then he started getting the hang of it. But
He only got
like
like 2, I think.
I think he ended up getting like 3 or 4 by the end of it. But I'm probably wrong. But like
I don't
but
remember.
yeah, Will going home, I think that was big. I think that was seen from a mile away. And people were like, "Oh, why didn't he use his idol on Will?" And I'm like, "Because he didn't have to."
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
it's not him. He's thinking smart. Like he's thinking conservatively, which is when you are like on the bottom like that, you have to.
yeah,
Like don't
exactly.
save an ally. Like especially when you're a bigger threat than them.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, Will had like the flip card at that point, and that's like the only reason he was a threat, only because he didn't
Yeah.
have his set loyalties. And Jay, no reason to save Will, like you said, and for that exact reason, because Jay's the bigger threat. So, what did the votes come down to? Was it how was it split again?
It
Was it
was 2 votes for who was it 2 votes for? I think it was 2 votes for David and 6 for Will
pretty
going.
crazy? So, who was the 2? Was it Jay?
Will and Jay voted for David.
Right. Okay, fair enough. Let's talk a little bit more about. Let's talk about Adam and Jay's. Now, I guess it was a budding friendship last week. I guess now it's like almost like fully developing. But Adam, at this point, he doesn't want to work with Jay. He acknowledges that he is the biggest threat in the game. Him and we forgot to mention this, but in the beginning of the episode, Brett and Adam talk, and they're like, "Listen, we have to get out Jay, David, and I think it was Will at the time, and Will just left. So Brett kind of wants to go after Brett, and Adam want to go after Jay and David, but Jay and
Yeah.
David, no, not Jay and David, Jay and Adam have like a budding friendship, but Adam still wants to go against him. But Jay wants to take him to the end. Do you think that's a good move for Jay to want to take Adam to the end?
I'm sorry, you have to repeat that. You're breaking up hardcore for me right now.
Okay. Do you think that's a good move on Jay's part to want to work with Adam to the end? Like, let's say Adam didn't want to get him out. Do you think that's a good play for him to want to take him to the end?
If Jay wants to take Adam to again, he's an idiot because Adam will win. There's no chance. He knows exactly how and why Adam is playing, and no one knows. If Jay realizes that no one knows that, like for sure, that no one knows that Adam's mom has cancer and that it's like he just found out more news pertaining to that during the family visit, like he's going to win hands down. There's no question in my mind that if Adam gets the end with anyone, regardless of who it is, he will win at this point. Just because like it's too strong. He's been playing well. He's had a very, very strong just social game with people. Even like, and Jay has a mutual respect for him now.
Mm-hmm.
If Jay goes on to the jury, which I fully think that Adam will put him on that jury. There's no way that Adam is not going to put him on that jury now because he knows that Jay fully respects him as a player and as a person. So that's a surefire vote for him if Jay goes on to the.
Do you think Jay tells the jury that about Adam's mom? Do you think that he would do that?
I think he would let Adam do it.
Yeah, I think he would let Adam do it. I think Adam. I don't know if Adam would let the jury know though, because I think he wants to win mostly on his own merits. You know what I mean? Because like if he wins for like that reason, he wants to win based on gameplay. I feel like he only told Jay that because they have like that kind of emotional connection together. And that's why I feel like he did that with Jay specifically, because he's like, I know you understand where I'm coming from right now.
Yeah.
And it just is what it is.
But at the same time, like that was also placed very well. Like he said it right after he told Jay that he should use his idol. And that was a lie. Jay should not have used his idol at all. And I think Adam knew that. Jay was not going to go home that night. And
yeah, and Jay knows that too.
Yeah, and the fact that he said something so truthful, it makes a lie look like it is the truth. If you say something that is so truthful, so like well placed, so emotionally backed, right after a lie, the lie looks true.
Right.
So
fair enough.
Yeah.
It was a good play on Adam. If it was a play, I mean, we didn't see him talk about that. He didn't have like a one-on-one with the audience about that specific thing. We got to see Jay's perspective where he said, I respect Adam as a man now, which I guess is which was the result of that. And like you said, maybe he was trusting Adam. Although I think Jay was kind of just popping in his head. I don't know what to believe right now. I think he does respect Adam, but I think he still knows it's a toss-up if I'm going tonight. They know I have an idol. Everyone knows I have an idol. I don't know if they're trying to flush it out. But here's one of the things, though. Jay would have, if Jay didn't have an idol, he would have been going today.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think if he didn't have an idol in previous tribal councils, he would have been gone by now anyway. So, like, I think the idol's definitely served its purpose. If he had been able to keep it tonight, if he had taken the risk and just not played it, he would be on his way to win, honestly.
Yeah, I think he would definitely get to at least 4. He might still get to 4, but I think he would definitely almost certainly get to 4 if he didn't use it tonight. Actually, would he definitely? Is it 6 now?
It's 6 now, yeah. And now Ken has the legacy advantage, which we have no idea what that is.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to talk about that. Let's talk about that first. So, has there ever been an advantage?
Quite like it.
Quite like it.
There have been advantages given later in the game. Usually they just happen with challenges, and I'm really hoping that it's not something lame like, oh, you get like a 5-minute head start in a challenge. That would be dumb. But like if it's some sort of game-breaking power, that would be nuts for Ken, especially because it's Ken who gets it. And it would be hilarious if it was something that Ken got, like he gets the sole vote to like boot someone out of the game or something. Like that would be nuts. And yeah, I can't wait to see what Ken gets because I think that he's not going to use it correctly at all.
No, he's not. But legacy advantage, just the name of it, legacy. Yeah. I don't know if we can gather anything from just that.
Yeah, no.
It also makes me think about something like in the past.
So yeah, it could almost. Be. Yeah.
Which I would know anything about, honestly.
Yeah, maybe he gets to steal a necklace. Who knows? Like
maybe.
Or force someone to use it on someone else.
It would be Ken having this power. What I have to say, though, that I'm proud of Ken for is not telling anybody about it.
I don't think he actually knew he had it.
Well, he knows he has it now, and he hasn't told David or anybody. And
Well, he knows he knows we know that he knows that he got it like next episode. I think
they showed him
I
get
don't
it.
I don't remember him actually getting the letter.
Yeah, he got it.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Jessica told him about it in the first place, and he's like, "Oh, thank
Yeah.
you so much, Jessica," or whatever. After she got out that day. Yeah, and Ken was, and on day, what was it, 39 or 37? One of those days, I think he gets it,
Yeah.
or 36 maybe. I don't know. The days are like scrambling up in my head. But yeah, he's getting it. I believe he's getting it. He should be getting it next week.
Yeah.
If I,
He'll be getting it next week. Next week's the finale. And it's day 36 for the first day of the finale. So yeah, you should get it.
yeah, we'll see what effect that has. I'm curious to see who he tries to get out. Because if Ken is true, if he uses it to help himself and David, if that's the kind of power it is, because he's the loyal guy, and
Yeah.
Hannah too now, because they've become
She's
really
been hanging
close.
out with Ken so much. But yeah, like Hannah though, I think Hannah has a shot at winning if she goes to the end with Brett and Ken. Brett and Ken are the two people you want to be sitting at the end with, honestly. Because Brett won't win. I don't think he has the respect of the jury. I think Brett could get some votes, but I don't think he'll win.
I think Brett could get Zeke.
I don't think he'll get Zeke. I think he'll get Chris, and I think that's it.
He
And
might
maybe
get Sunday.
Yeah, Chris and Sunday, I think, are the only people that would vote for him.
He might. I still think he could get Zeke, depending on what plays he makes in the next few days.
Yeah, that's true.
If he's instrumental in getting David out, for instance.
Yeah. And then if Ken goes to the end, the only vote he's like even got a shot at is probably Jessica. Yeah, that's it.
Maybe David, but I doubt it.
Or Hannah, depending if she goes out before. But yeah, Hannah could win, Adam could win, Jay could win, David could win. I think those are the four people that are most likely going to win this.
It's certainly exciting. And do you think it's going to come down to a final three situation, or do you think they got to do?
It's final three. They don't have time for a final two.
Yeah,
but,
6 people left.
Yeah, 6 people left. They've got 4 days left.
I wish there was one more episode and then the finale. So it's like 6-3 is kind of like,
Well, they did that during Cambodia, and Cambodia was very successful with that. So like,
we'll see.
Who knows? It makes things more exciting, honestly, during the finale. Like during the finale, we don't really care what your motivations are anymore. Like we've seen your motivations, we've seen what your backstory is at this point. Like we know David's story, we know Adam's story, we know Hannah's story to an extent, we know Ken's story, we know Jay's story, we know Brett's story. Like we don't need. Yeah, we don't need to recap on that at all. So I think, like we'll get their final 3 moment where they like wake up the next morning and they were like, oh, okay, we're in the final 3, and that's it. But yeah,
yeah, they have to walk around the whole island or whatever.
They don't do that anymore, but they might just put a mirror in camp and be like, here's what you look like now. Yeah, that's what they did in Cambodia.
Like, I guess I got to save a little time, because that scene always took a while. So let's jump into the next challenge, because we never really talked about it. Adam helping Ken out so openly.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
In the moment, it was bad.
Yeah, in the moment, it was awful.
In the moment, it was an awful decision. But but he deflected well when he got back to camp.
And Ken responds well to loyalty, so I think Adam's really building himself up with Ken again.
Yes, yeah, he's building more trust with Ken. I cannot believe Jay wholeheartedly believed Adam when Adam said, "Oh yeah, David was about to win," so it was just like, let's just give Ken this boost and he'll win it instead of Ken.
Well, he definitely doesn't believe that anymore.
Yeah, maybe not. We'll see next episode, but
yeah, Jay might be against Adam again, but not for like just as in-game purposes, not as a person.
Yeah.
Which should be different than how it usually was.
Yeah. So, I think like this was a nice episode right before a finale. Honestly, like I think it's set up well. So can't wait.
So I want to talk about. I don't know if you saw after the way the votes went. I did not, but if I had to guess, The votes, the four obviously were for Sunday. Did she get 3 or 4 votes? I think she got 4, right?
Oh, she got 4. Let me just look up the vote count really quick.
I'm pretty sure it was Jay voted for David, and then Sunday and Brett. One of them voted for David, and one of them voted for Jay.
There were 2 votes for David.
Yeah, 2 votes for David. One was from Jay, and one was from either Brett or Sunday, and the other one did Jay.
Yeah. I think it was Brett and Sunday for David.
No, it was Jay for David.
It was Jay for David. Okay.
It had to be Jay for David, unless
he was told to vote for Sunday.
Unless Adam told him, which he could have.
Yeah, he might have. He might have just told him to vote for Sunday.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, we can look at the votes.
Yeah, I'm looking it up now. Let's see here. There we go. Oh, Sunday voted for Jay, and Jay and Brett voted for David. Yep.
Yeah, that's how they were expecting it. Okay, so yeah, I mean it's certainly it's certainly showing Adam's cards a little more. To Jay, and I'm not sure if that's his best play because they could very easily. Because right now in my book, the 3 players to go after are like the 4 you said that could win.
Adam should be the one to get out now. Honestly,
exactly. It should be Adam, then Jay or David, and then Jay and then the other one, and then that's how they should really want to do it because it's at 6 right now. And then that would make a final 3 where Hannah would probably win. But that's what they have to do because those are the 3 biggest players right now. And I don't see Adam getting out of this. That was not a good play by Adam to get Sunday out. Not that, but it was more of Hannah's play. Are you still here? Or did you freeze? If you're still here, I think you froze. Okay, so. Yeah, so basically that's how the votes went down, and it was so so crazy. It was 4-2, it was 4-2-1, which means there was 7 altogether with the 7 votes. And I think Sunday was very blindsided. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good now.
Okay, so yeah, Sunday was blindsided by this, and Hannah gets all the credit for the Sunday thing.
Oh yeah, Hannah's idea to get rid of Sunday was great because Final 7 is the time to get rid of goats. For some reason now, that is the number to get rid of the person that used to be guaranteed to the end because everyone knows they can beat them. So honestly, great on Hannah for realizing that. Now goat status moves to Ken and Brett, honestly. But yeah, I think Ken and Brett are guaranteed final 3 at this point, and it's just going to be who's with them at the end.
Which is going to be very, very, very fun in my opinion. And because honestly, the other 4 are all deserving to win in their own way. I would rather see them dish it out together, but it's probably not going to happen like that. If anything, at best it would be 2 of them, and then a Brett or Ken, but. I don't know.
I think it's gonna be. I think Jay's gonna go 6th. David's gonna get 5th. Hannah's gonna get 4th. I'm gonna see Adam win. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I'm gonna bet on that too. Although I still think there's a possibility that Adam could go next.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I think the final 4 is gonna decide it for real. I think it's gonna come down between Hannah and Adam very easily. So,
yeah. So you want to go final 3 predictions now for next week?
Yeah.
And we're doing the finale right after the episode. You'll be home, right?
Yeah, I'll be home. Yep.
Whatever home is now anymore, because when you're in college, home is technically school for most of them.
I'm thinking Adam, Brett, and Ken are final 3, and I wouldn't be mad at that. I think that's a great ending to the season.
I'm gonna say it's going to be Adam, Hannah, and Brett.
Okay.
I think whatever the legacy advantage is, it might get Ken out.
Yeah, that's also possible.
All right, so I think we'll call it there for today. It's been a great season, and next week the finale is going to be amazing. I just there's no doubt in my mind.
I cannot wait. Like, I'm sad the season's over, but it's gonna be. I cannot wait for it.
And a few more months until season 34, where we get to see a lot of
games. Fantastic.
A lot of old players come back, and some players from this season too. But you guys probably already mostly know that. All right, so this is so this has been Survivor Millennials versus Gen X episode. I believe this is episode 12, because I think last one was 11. Until next time, guys. Peace. And actually, Nate, you want to give your Twitter handle?
Sure thing. @HatsMania, HATZ Mania, and that's it.
Right. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. His Twitter's in the description. Our Twitter's in the description @Room Podcast for us. Like us on Facebook. Yeah, that's about it. Until next time, guys. Peace out. Thanks for watching.
See ya.